WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. And today I am in Germany, a German single malt cask strength whiskey named Hillock, Hillock. It's a 14-year-old, 53.9% ABV, single cask bottling. There were a total of 271 bottles. And this was named Whiskey of the Year, the German Whiskey of the Year 2016, which I personally think is some type of a farce. You cannot name a single cask whiskey the Whiskey of the Year for a country. You need to have more than 271 bottles in order to name it as such. Even the Booker's Rye, 2016, I think, Jim Murray, there were at least, I think, 8 casks he had, but that was for the whole world. I would actually prefer that the committee in Germany rethink its opinion and actually create a category for best single cask bottling and best German bottling for the year. Now, this has a very unique history. From the year 2002 until the year 2006, 4 years, it actually spent its first 4 years in an ex-Islay sherry butt. Now, on the island of Islay, they do not just have ex-bourbon butts or ex-bourbon casks, but also, of course, they use sherry. And maybe it's a Lagavulin, maybe it's a Lafroig, whatever it is. They just use one of those ex-Islay sherry butts for the first years, 2002 to 2006. 2006, they filled it up into a Cognac cask and left it there for the next 10 years. Wow. So 53.9% cask strength, 200 euros, about $225-$30. Unfortunately, all 271 of these bottles have been sold. Crown a whiskey to Whiskey of the Year, and of course somebody's going to buy it. Now, 1878, there was a new distillery in the area, let's say about a good 100 kilometers away from Dusseldorf. And Michael Habbel is the grandson of the founder, and he produced in 1977 one of the first whiskeys of Germany at all. He actually switched the focus of the entire distillery from the German thing called corn, which is more of a wheat, schnapps, which is not actually usually matured in wood, but just a clear spirit. And he turns it more to the fruit spirits, the liqueurs, the Obstler, the schnapps, and so on. His daughter, Michaele, the father's Michael, the daughter's Michaele, actually became part of the team 2011. And then 2013, they both decided, hey, we need to expand. And they built a new distillery on the premise of their property. It's called the Hillock Park Distillery. They have a pot still in there, 1,700 liters, which is not that big for American standards. For German standards, it is fairly big. They call themselves a manufacturing place. Because they still want to do everything by hand. It should be craftswork and not industrial things. This actually uses Vienna malt. It uses peated malt, and it also used smoke malt. Whiskey base number 91043, and I'm really looking forward to this. Now, the malt peated moment is so subtle that I can almost ignore it. Instead, I get a nice, creamy, vanilla frosting moment. I don't know if you've ever had white currants before. Overripe white currants. Have you had white grape jelly before? That's what I'm getting. And maybe you've actually had some white grape juice. That's all that I'm getting in here. Very, very sweet, very, very mellow, very, very nice. Those Cognac cask, not brandy, Cognac from France. Yay. 10 years in that cognac cask really did a nice job on this whiskey. 53.9%. Mm. Mm. Wow. The interesting thing about the peat is it's really, really subtle. It's really supportive. It not at all it says, "Hi, take me to your leader," but rather it's just kind of like, "Hi, I'm still here." And it's very, 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 very weak, which I like. WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany who does not like peated whiskeys. Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to put a little bit of water in here and then give it a grade. Oh, I think I forgot something in my German video. I did give it a grade, but I forgot to give it a value for money grade. Whoops. $235 for the bottle. That's the problem here. Maybe that's the reason why I subconsciously forgot it. Now, one of the things I must mention is there are not that many transitions here. It does start off nice. It goes up. It gets that grapey sweetness of that cognac cask. It gets that icing, frosting of those white currants, overripe. And then it just kind of continues on. On top of that, there's a little bit of smoke, or underneath it's supporting it. But it just has a very, very long finish. And this is a very, very nice whiskey. Now, 271 bottles have been sold in Germany. They're sold out. I couldn't find anything anywhere. And so, rare and exotic whiskeys, things you'll never ever hear. Now, this is very interesting. I have done a video already on a Tecker. This was a whiskey that was made in Germany that is 18 years old, which is really, really interesting as well. I have to hold up the right bottle. Tecker, 18 years old. Now, this is only 14 years old, and it's better. It has to all do with that cognac cask, which I really, really love. This actually was in a sherry cask with a little bit of cognac cask as well, but this is so much better. Well done, those 10 years in those cognac casks. I really understand why it was made, named Best German Whiskey 2016. And as I mentioned before, it should have been the best single cask whiskey of Germany 2016. I'm going to give it the note, the grade of a B+. This can actually, I think, go head to head with almost every Scottish whiskey I have over there. Well, maybe not a Macallan with its sherry and so on, but the other things, you know, the ex-bourbon casks and so on, the 12, the 18-year-olds, it can actually hold its own, I think. Value for money. I'm going to say D. Now, $230 sounds like a lot of money for a single cask bottling, but if you take a look at the Scotch Malt Whisky Society and you take a look at the old stuff, let's go for those silver bottles, those 25-year-olds and so on, these exclusive things where they actually crown them as the best of the best, you're going to be paying more. And so, to be absolutely honest, this is not that expensive. But I forgot to mention it's not 0.7, it's 0.5 milliliter bottles on top of that. Oh, well, okay. So, WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany. My question of the day is, what is your favorite cask strength whiskey under 18 years of age? Maybe you want to name a no age statement. I don't know. What is your favorite cask strength whiskey under 18? Probably it's going to be my Habbel Abadou. I love that, even though the prices have skyrocketed with the same prices. Instead of a 0.7 over here in Germany, they use now a 0.5 and kept the prices the same. Still, I have bunkered quite a few. But what is your favorite cask strength whiskey under the age of 18? Thank you very much for watching. WhiskyJason here. Please like, please subscribe, please tell others about this crazy guy over in Europe tasting whiskey you'll never ever see, let alone hear about, or even drink. Great concept, I know. All right, see you Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Bye bye.